So I guess we'll start off with the obvious question. What exactly does a draft master do? And tell me more about the competition you guys are in.
So the Stella Artois World Draught Masters actually started 14 years ago, or this is the 14th year that it's been running, and it's basically a competition to demonstrate the 9-step Stella Artois pouring ritual, which is the pouring technique that we use to pour Stella Artois to its optimum, perfect
flavor. It's all about flavor experience. What we're trying to do is with this competition, it's not just about we want to tell people a little bit more about beer, how it should be poured, how it should look, smell, taste, and it's really about looking for that optimum flavor experience. A draft master is someone who's an expert in delivering that whole experience. But tonight as well, with the US Draught Masters, we're looking not just for the perfect poured Stella Artois, but also for people with personality, with a big smile, and just people who enjoy beer and have fun with it as well.
So are the people competing primarily bartenders, or they're kind of at home kind of people as well, or how do you get involved in the competition?
Well, this year it's mainly been people at home, because what we want to do is also show the consumer actually how the Stella Artois should look and how it should be poured. So this year we have in these Draught Master finals, we have people who are not bartenders. They're all people who competed in regional finals, they're consumers, and unlike Avril, they're not professionals, but they are competing at a professional level.
Well, that's great. So is this open to anybody? Like, if I wanted to come to Boston with a bunch of my guy friends, is there like a viewing room, or how would I get involved in checking out the best draft masters in the country at this point, right?
It's tonight. I think we've got a full house. However, you can still come to the Liberty Hotel here in Boston, see where you can get to come in. But it's open to the public. We've got quite a lot of people who actually, I've got a large queue of people on the guest list and waiting list to get in. But it's going to be on a big show here in the Liberty Hotel. We've got a lot of guests, but also the public. We've got a lot of people through the internet promotion we did, through the regional finals. We've got a lot of people coming over. And also we've got all the support teams and the supporters for the competitors and the contestants for the US Draught Masters.
And my understanding is that the winner of this competition goes on to London, is that right?
Yes, the World Finals this year are going to be in London at Old Billingsgate on the 28th of October. So it'll be an amazing event, I'm sure.
Cool. So, what makes Stella such a beer that really needs a focus on how it's poured? I mean, is that something that's unique about Stella, or that that all beer needs to be poured correctly?
It's very unique for Belgian beers. In Belgium, where I'm from, we take beer quite seriously. Now, luckily, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we're very particular in the way what glass we use for every different beer we have. We have a different shaped glass, and it's all about functionality. It's all about delivering that optimum flavor experience. So we've got a unique Stella Artois chalice glass, but also every Belgian beer has its unique glass. So it's about the glassware, but also the correct pouring. Because by pouring it incorrectly, the beer will taste differently. You won't deliver the right experience you're looking for. And also very important, and people who've been to Belgium or have seen Belgian beers, we also put a nice big frothy head on top of it. It's all part of the flavor. It's just getting that right balance of carbonation and tasting every element of the ingredients of the beer. So that's quite unique about it. And Stella Artois has that special glass, but any Belgian beer, specially designed glass, not for marketing purposes, for functionality, to enjoy beer as best as possible.
So would the technique be similar for if you had a draft versus if you had a bottle that you're pouring into a glass?
Different. It's certainly different. A bottle pour is different from a draft pour because of slightly dispense. It's a different technique we use. For the draft, we use a 9-step pouring ritual. For the bottle pour, a different one, which also tonight here at the Liberty Hotel we're demonstrating to the public as well.
Okay. So what would be if I was going to grab a couple bottles of Stella this afternoon and pour it for my friends? What would be the right technique? Is there any way that you can kind of? Well,
a big problem. Let me just correctly grab a glass. What a lot of people make a mistake is when they bottle beer, they tilt their glass like this. This will not deliver the correct size head, and I want to have a nice frothy head. And we also, what you do is you start straight, pour, don't touch the bottle with the glass. you pour straight in, create a nice ice head, and then you tilt it to a 45 degree, and then fill the glass all the way to the top. And we're looking for about one or two fingers of frothy head. And a little trick as well, always use your plastic spoon, taste a little bit of the foam, and then you will taste the hops. And foam is the best place to taste the hops. You will taste the hoppy bitter dryness. And then when you drink your Stella Artois through the foam, you also will taste that gorgeous, smooth, creamy, malty sweetness as well. So.
Well, that sounds delicious. If I wasn't in the car right now, I'd love to. I'd love to drink a glass right now. But,
yeah, drinking and driving, not a good thing. It's about responsible drinking as well. But at home, and also this is also what we want to do with this program, is as well as in the bar with draft pouring of Stella Artois, but also at home, people have that same experience. And that's what we're very particular about, using the correct glassware, clean glassware, beer at the right temperature, pouring it correctly. And don't be afraid to put the frothy head on top of it, all part of the flavor and the experience of it. So.
Now, if you could pick one place anywhere in the world that would be the ultimate bar to go to have a perfect glass of Stella, where would you go?
Avril, where would you go?
Well, at the moment I'm travelling around as the global ambassador for Stella Artois as part of the prize of winning the World Champs last year. And coming up on my trip, I'm going to Buenos Aires and also Dubai, and I'm really looking forward to both of those countries. I think it'll be an amazing experience, and I'm really looking forward to it. So a bar there, I think. Yeah.
Cool. Now, this one mostly to Marc, but what's some of the coolest places that you've gone with some of your guy friends on, like a mancation or a guys' weekend?
On a guys' weekend, that's a good one. Haven't had a guys' weekend in ages. I'm always traveling. Yeah, I think for me, I'm always looking for that new sort of the local bar, but also a lot of places that serve great food, because I'm very much interested in having beer and food. So all around the world, I'm always looking at. For me, my favorite bar is always the next one I can discover. I'm always looking for the name. But the key thing as well is with friendly service, great beers, a great glass of Stella Artois. But if I must choose, obviously I'm from Belgium. There are a couple of places in Belgium. And I would say to everybody, go back to Belgium, go enjoy it. And go and see over there how the Belgians drink, and you'll see that this is exactly what we try to convey the message. So I invite everyone, come to Leuven, the beer capital of the world. Where they brew the great Stella Artois, and they've got some great pubs and bars close to the brewery. Beer can't be fresher.
So are there a lot of brewery tours in Belgium? I'm not that familiar with the Belgian beer scene, to be honest.
Well, James, that's why you need to get over there. And there's a lot of smaller breweries. You just can knock on the door and just talk to them, and they'll be more than happy to show you around. So also you can visit the Stella Artois Brewery.
Yeah. It's a really good tour, actually.
It's a great tour.
The Stella Artois Brewery, yeah.
And guess what, James? At the end of the tour, you get a great glass of Stella Artois served as well.
You do.
And so the Stella Brewery, does it have a brewery tour?
They do, yes. You do need to get it, and I would say if you want more information, go to stellaartois.com. So you get more information about the Draught Masters, also more information about the beer, but also more information about the brewery. So definitely for everyone, go to Belgium. It's a great little country, and we've got loads of beers for you to taste.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, James.